Hello everyone. I developed a Spring Boot project for measuring the metrics. That means collecting the each and every log, that error log and status of our application log. Everything I need to store that logs into database, and also I used DataDog DataDog for saving. Let me show you what's DataDog. Everyone can get free trial of DataDog account for 14 days. I already created login account, that's why I clicked on login. Here we can get the APIs, that means for connecting with our application. Here API keys and our application keys. We can find various API keys. Here metrics, under the metrics we can see how many metrics that we have performed in our application. I built a postman. Yeah, this postman tool is used. I used this postman tool for testing our API endpoints. That means here is the five main endpoints I developed. These are the main five API endpoints for testing and doing this application. The first request coming from the API request is it reached the controller. The API must be matched with these API URL form like /API metrics. Here you can see /API metrics, that if the both API endpoints match, the request will send from here to our application, then automatically save. For storing the data in our application of our database, I used MySQL. I simply create this metrics DB. In additionally, I configure Hibernate based connection. That's why it will automatically update the data. If we only need to provide our database name. I created metrics DB. Here you can see our metrics DB is our database name, and I configured application.properties values of API key, of DataDog and application key. I also used Promatheus, which is also a logging monitoring application, and I use it installed in locally in my application. Go to the Promatheus. We need to start Promatheus by using this command. We need to start our Prometheus application by using this Prometheus.extension space --- configure.file Prometheus.yml. That means we came here under the search bar, type cmd and click on enter. Then after you can simply paste this command and click on enter. Our service is running on 9090. It means our Prometheus service is running on 9090 port. In our application, I developed in Another repository created a metric repository that can directly manage with the metric record in our database. I use JPA repository for doing that. Under the data collection service, here under the data collection service, I developed two services. It means one is for DataDog activity purpose, and these are for the our Promatheus collection purpose. If we need to run our application, we definitely need to run our Prometheus, because I developed Prometheus also in our application. That's why I came, I became, I make the Prometheus active while I need to working with the matrix collector. Now I'm going to run this application. First, we need to make it a package. Yeah, it's making. Yeah, it's connected with the database. Everything is look fine. Yeah, our building is a success. Now I need to go to run our application. Clean Spring, Hive, Spring Boot, Hive run, run. I click on enter. It come here. Yeah, everything is connected successfully. If anything goes wrong, here check Prometheus is response status okay. Datadog status code 200. Prometheus code okay in status code. Let me show you. In our metric database, it's these logs are automatically saved. Here 370. Currently there is a 370 logs which is saved in our application. Here for every 3 seconds it's saving new values into our database. Let's see. Here it is saving again. After 3 seconds it's again saving. Come to our previously we have 370 records in our table. After refreshing, oh, we can see additional records added. Later if we refresh, we can see multiple logs in our database newly added. For that I configured it in the let me close this one. Scheduled configuration. Under the schedule configuration, I fixed it at 6000 milliseconds for running scheduled data collection. Mainly under the controller, I take this some of the parameters from the request. It may be a false also. We can take some of the time data in some scenarios. We will discuss it later. I will tell you. Metro model. This model record is this model class is metric record class is used for making our application a hibernate based approach for communicating with the various databases like MySQL, and also you can integrate with the Mongoose other database also. Here is our entity. Our table name is metric records. We can see what is the table. Here we can see metrics records is our table name. Whatever the name we have passed in the table, that will be available in this metric records table. Here is the ID. It will automatically generated in this configuration. App configuration, I build a configuration for beans, providing beans to various classes of predefined classes HTTP clients. Yeah, here is the data, which is the method which is used for communicating with the DataDog and doing the operations. It is the HTTP request which is used for communicate. We are creating header. In that header, I send a DataDog API. Where is the DataDog API came from? This DataDog dot API key, which is coming from the our application dot properties. I get it. I get the API key from by using this @value annotation. And in the header, I provided application key. This is the DataDog application key. And then after I send a response, I send a request to the HTTP client. Here is the collect Prometheus method for collecting and managing the and working with the Promatheus. Here also I call the Promatheus by using the REST template. We can see those logs which are saved in our database. Previously it shows 171. We can see index 27 metrics in last 1 hour. Let's go for the our application testing. Here is the main 5 APIs. By clicking this API metrics, we can get all the logs which are saved in our application or database. We can see ID1 DataDog, source name is a DataDog, and ID2 is a Prometheus source name and metric name. ID3 source name is DataDog metric name. And we can simply copy this link, and we can also search it in our website. We can, after converting it to a JSON format, a pretty print format, we can see the data which is shown in our testing PostMan platform. Let me give you a second filter by source. Some of the scenarios we can search by using the source type. At that time, we provide a source type. Now, currently, I am sending a source type is a data. We can get only the source and the log details based on a particular source. Here, we can only get DataDog, and we are only getting DataDog. There is no Prometheus space for our Prometheus because we shorted by our source name. Okay, we can get the Prometheus by using the Prometheus keyword also, file by source. Coming to this, now I'm going to change it to Prometheus. I'm sending request to it. We can go and see only Prometheus details instead of getting all the mixed up logs in the response. We only getting a Prometheus. Filter by array. We can filter the details or logs from a certain starting time to the range of time. In that, from this time to from this time, I sent a request. I got you some of the details like DataDog. The details DataDog. Okay, can I need to change our data to 6/23. Today date is 02. Okay, I'm sending it to 01, 06, 02. I am sending the request right now. Yeah, in the last previous times we sent it. I mean, in the last minutes we send a request. You can only get these 193 from this ID 193. Then that values will see because this time is whatever the time value these logs are saved. The time interval between the from to two ranges, that logs will be shown instead of showing all the previous and all the out of range, out of time range. Filter by metric, we can get the uh, metrics by using the metric name. Whatever the metric name is in up mode, we can get the by using the up. There is an up. These are the metrics which are in the metric name of up. Can get this by using these metric name system.cpu idle. We can get that by using this. Here we can see these are the logs. And our last final API test is we can get based on various sources and various filters combining. Means we are combining a source type. Here we can clearly see, and also I am adding a metric named filter for our API. Our source name is DataDog and metric name is system.cpu.ideal. Yeah, we can get the logs by using these combination of filters. You can see our application is still running and doing it's for doing his purpose. Let me check. Currently, before refreshing our database, there is a 388. After refreshing, oh, it's saved up to, it added the logs or metrics up to 608. After clicking, it's added up to 610, and it will keep on going until we stop our service. Yeah, this is all about the working with the DataDog. After refreshing, previously we saw is a 27 metrics last hour. It is updated to 28. Yeah, we can see our metrics summary here. Coming to the service check DataDog platform, we can go to the metrics summary. We can see here is the metric name, Datadog platform only. After clicking it, we can see the various metric names which are working on our application. There is a one Datadog agent is there. I need to show you. For monitoring the Datadog details, we can go to the Datadog agent. For monitoring Datadog activities and metrics in our system, we need to use, there is a one agent for monitoring Datadog agent is there. Simply go to here and you can download the Datadog for monitoring. I already downloaded it, that's why I am logging in. Dog agent is there. After clicking on that, you need to give permissions to that application. Okay, you can see agent name, level log. You can see the host names. This is my laptop. This is my username which I used in my laptop. Coming to the log section, you can find various logs that are loaded into the data agent. Yeah, that's all up to our application. Thank you.